Jeff Garcia. An American comedian and actor, he gained widespread recognition for his voice work, most notably as Sheen Estevez in Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and the related Nickelodeon series The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and Planet Sheen. He additionally voiced Pip the Mouse in Barnyard and Back at the Barnyard. Starting out in 1991, he built his career as a stand-up comedian, working the Southern California comedy circuit throughout the 1990s. In 1995, he expanded into acting, though he continued performing stand-up at venues such as the Laugh Factory. He gained widespread recognition as the voice of Sheen Estevez in Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and the related Nickelodeon series The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and Planet Sheen. He also contributed voices to Clone High and played Tyler Nelson in the Maw franchise. His role as Pip the Mouse in Barnyard carried over into the series Back at the Barnyard, and he voiced Ronaldo the Penguin in Happy Feet. Beyond his animation career, he headed the KMR-KFM 96.1 Wild Wake Up Crew. In May 2006, he was featured in a Comedy Central Presents half-hour comedy special. He briefly competed on Comedy Central's Reality Bites Back, leaving the show after the first day. His voice acting included roles in Rio, 2011, where he portrayed Tipa, a smuggler, and a bat. He also lent his voice to Rio 2, playing a spoonbill and an auditioning Spix's macaw named Perry. Died December 10, 2025. He was 50 years due to brain aneurysm. Jim Ward, an American voice actor and radio broadcaster. His acting debut came in 1976 with a minor appearance in How the West Was Won. He entered voice acting in 1993, landing the role of Spider-Man in the video game Spider-Man vs. The Kingpin. Ward continued building a prolific voice acting career, highlighted by his performances as Captain Quark in Ratchet and Clank and various characters in The Fairly OddParents and Ben 10. He portrayed Imor in the 2006 revival of Biker Mice from Mars, earning a Daytime Emmy Award in 2009 for Outstanding Performer in an Animated Program. From 2004 onward, Ward co-hosted The Stephanie Miller Show, a nationally syndicated progressive talk radio show that regularly showcased his impersonations of politicians, celebrities, and prominent public figures. In 2017, Ward received a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease and subsequently stepped down from his role on The Stephanie Miller Show. By 2021, the progression of his illness, together with a serious COVID-19 infection, prevented him from continuing his voice acting career. Died December 10th, he was 66 years due to Alzheimer's. Gerald McCormick. An American Republican, he represented the 26th District in the Tennessee House of Representatives, encompassing areas of Hamilton County. He was an alumnus of the University of Tennessee. He held a position on the board of directors at Blood Assurance and was affiliated with the Kappa Alpha Order, the National Rifle Association, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the American Legion, and the Harrison Ruritan. He also contributed as a board member of the Chattanooga Jaycees and acted as president of the Pachyderm Club. Died December 11th, he was 63 years, due to amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Jacques Nadeau. He was a Canadian photojournalist who joined the daily newspaper The Duty in 1990. Over the years, he contributed to the Canadian Press, the Globe and Mail, the New York Times, and several other media organizations in Canada and the United States. Jacques Nadeau lost 5 hard drives in 2015, which held more than 100,000 photographs from his 35 years as a photojournalist. Thanks to recovered negatives, USB drives, and assistance from former collaborators and media outlets, he managed to recover roughly 1/3 of the images. A selection of 320 photographs was published in Photos Trouvé by Mediaspal. His photographs were regularly featured not only in Le Devoir but also in major outlets such as the Canadian Press, the Globe and Mail, the New York Times, and other Canadian and American publications. Died December 10th, he was 72 years due to widespread cancer. Stanley Baxter. A Scottish actor, comedian, impressionist, and author, Baxter began his career as a child performer on BBC Scotland. He later became famous for his work on British TV comedy shows, including The Stanley Baxter Show, The Stanley Baxter Picture Show, The Stanley Baxter Series, and Mr. Magica. Baxter began acting as a child on the Scottish version of BBC's Children's Hour. He served as a Bevan boy in the mines during World War II and further developed his performance abilities while in the British Army's Combined Services Entertainment Unit, performing alongside comedy actor Kenneth Williams. In the 1960s, Baxter had a radio program on BBC Radio Scotland. He made a return to radio in 1994, playing Noel Coward in the BBC World Service production Marvelous Party. His film credits included Geordie, 1955, Very Important Person, and Father Came Too. Baxter was especially known for his impersonations of prominent personalities, particularly the Queen. He was born 1926 and died December 12. He was 99 years, cause is not given. Hans Otjes. He was a Dutch actor who later transitioned into a career as a regression therapist and psychic. He began his performing career in the late 1960s in Amsterdam, where he appeared in improvised cabaret and solo theater performances at venues such as the Micro Theater. From 1967 onward, Otjes appeared in theatrical productions, musicals, television shows, and lent his voice to animated series. In 1982, he took on the role of the captain for Professor Archibald Chagrin in the Bassie and Adriaan episode The Crying Professor. Between 1984 and 1989, he played the second informant, alongside Frans van Duscoten. During the 1970s, Otjes expanded his repertoire into television, appearing in popular Dutch series including Melchior's, Court of Holland, Man Alone, by Pinkelman, and productions for KRO and AVRO broadcasters. He was born 1947 and died December 8. He was 78 years due to long illness. Jeff Thorne, an American college football player and coach. Thorne was the offensive coordinator at Western Michigan University in 2022. He became head coach at North Central College in 2015, taking over from his father, John Thorne, and guided the 2019 team to an NCAA Division III national title. Earlier, he played quarterback at Eastern Illinois University during the early 1990s. Thorne participated in the Illinois High School All-Star football game, where he was named MVP. He also competed in baseball and received all-conference recognition in basketball. He was born 1972 and died December 9. He was 52 years, due to stomach cancer. Joanna Trollope, an English writer, she sometimes wrote using the pseudonym Caroline Harvey. Her book Parson Harding's Daughter earned the 1980 Romantic Novel of the Year award from the Romantic Novelists Association. She initially wrote historical romances using the pseudonym Caroline Harvey, a name derived from her father's parents. Looking back, Trollope concluded that it was the wrong genre for the time. She wrote the first novel in HarperCollins' modern retelling of the Jane Austen canon, The Austen Project. Her updated version of Sense and Sensibility was published in October 2013, though it achieved only limited success. In 2009, she donated the short story The Piano Man to Oxfam's Oxtales Project, a set of 4 story collections featuring works by 38 UK authors. Died December 11th. She was 82 years. Died peacefully at her home. Magda Umer, a multifaceted Polish artist. She was known as a singer and performer of sung poetry, and additionally as a journalist, novelist, filmmaker, screenwriter, actress, and author of numerous recitals. After finishing Clement Gottwald High School in Warsaw, she pursued studies in Polish philology at Warsaw University. Her career began in the late 1960s, when she started singing in student cabarets. Died December 12th, she was 76 years, cause is not given. Arthur Cohn, a Swiss film producer of international renown, he won 6 Academy Awards in total, 3 for Best Foreign Language Film and 3 for Best Documentary Feature. His best-known narrative film is The Garden of the Finzi Continis, and his producing credits also include Kevin MacDonald's One Day in September as well as projects with Walter Salles. In recognition of his career, Cohn was honored with Lifetime Achievement Awards from the Chicago International Film Festival, 1992, and the Shanghai International Film Festival, 1999. Died December 12th, he was 98 years due to natural causes.